Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Last one of the night. Thought we'd finish on something nice. And we have something nice. Well, I think it's nice because I think it's so damn funny. Rachel Reeves. Oh, dearie me. She's been savaged in a new poll. The poll has come from Ipsos. Now, Ipsos is normally quite friendly and warm and glowing about the Labour Party. But not now. Oh, even Ipsos have decided that enough's enough and it's time for her to depart the field. They have said, and it is outstandingly bad for her, that she is the worst Chancellor ever. And we're going back with a history of maybe 900 years of Chancellors of the Exchequer. Certainly the first one of note was Morgan's Fork. If anyone wants to know, go look that one up. But I'll tell you, Morgan's Fork. He was a chancellor, and he would go around to the rich barons and that, and if they laid on a lavish meal, he said, "Oh, my lord, you're so obviously rich, we will take X amount or Y amount off you for tax for the king." And if he went there and they said, "Oh God, no, we'll make out we're very poor," and he gave a very sort of very reduced and small meal, he'd go, "Oh, my lord, you're very careful with your money, you must have lots of it. I will take this much for the king." And it was called Morgan's Fork. You couldn't get off paying tax. He's the first Chancellor of note. But you are going back to about the 1300s, I believe. But ever since then, all those Chancellors, Reeves is the worst of them all. And who says so? 71% of voters. 71% of voters say she is the worst ever. And remember, we've had Dennis Healey, who had to go on bended knee and cap in hand to the IMF to get Britain out of a shit. The last time, well, not the last time, the time before last, that Labour were in charge. And the last time Labour were in charge, Gordon Brown sold off all the gold, but waited until he told everyone he's going to sell it so that the price could drop and he could get even less money for it than if he'd have just sold it on the open market. And he destroyed the pensions, and he left us penniless. God help us. All those things, and she's worse. According to the Ipsos, Labour is no longer the party most trusted to deal with crime, the NHS, the environment, housing, or immigration. It is now seen as one of the worst parties to ever enter as government, with the worst Chancellor. It is absolutely massive. What's worse in still is for Keir Starmer, minus 66, which is the worst rating for a Prime Minister ever. So we've got the worst Prime Minister and the worst Chancellor, but she's minus 71, he's minus 66. I mean, you couldn't imagine a worse pair, except of course the ones that are likely to follow, because they're going to be even worse. 66% of Britons say they do not believe Labour policies would improve the economy. That's the lowest. That's the highest against ever. And it puts Nigel Farage 8 points ahead of Keir Starmer as the preferred Prime Minister. It is absolutely... Right, Reform outperforms Labour on asylum, immigration, crime, antisocial behaviour, UK futures dealings with the EU, you name it. On every single metric, Reform are outperforming Labour. Remember, only 20% of people in this country actually voted for Labour. It's amazing how we ended up with so many of them, isn't it? But the polling outright, Labour are in deep trouble. 33% people want reform, 18 Labour, Conservative 16, Greens 15, and Lib Dems 12. But then, as I say, Ipsos have always been pro-Labour in their approach. But even so, Labour are still languishing a long way behind reform. Reeves' collapse in popularity, though, comes alongside persistent economic anxieties, worry for the future, a collapse of business confidence, a collapse of financial confidence. The markets are against her. The highest rates of bond gilts for many generations, the highest level of public taxation on record, including during the war, and no future in sight. It is absolutely massively damaging. And we are now seeing, according to some predictions by proper economists, that we're about to enter the early stages of another cost of living crisis based on mass unemployment and falling income from income tax and other taxes as people are made unemployed. Rachel Reeves is sitting there and she does not know how to deal with it because, of course, she's not an economist. She's not even good at making tea. She is useless. And who knows this? 71% of Britain. She's got to go, but she won't. But when the fall comes, it will be spectacular. I actually think she should be prosecuted for the things she's doing. Wait and see. Let me know your views on Rachel Reeves. Is she really as bad as this, or is it just perception? Have a great night, knowing that her days finally are numbered. Thanks a lot. Bye.